Welcome all you Sagittarians to your weekly energy update, and we're going to be looking at the week of May 22nd to May 29th. However, these are also timeless, so if you've come across this video outside that time frame, I'd still trust your intuition and watch the video because I'm sure there's a message there for you. If you are watching this during that week, the update that I wanted to mention to you is we do have the June monthlies are going to be coming out this week, Monday through Thursday. So if you are wanting to make sure you get notified when those come out, if you subscribe to the channel and click the little notification bell, then you'll get notified of when those are available. But for this week, we're just going to check in and see what the creator wants you to know. And we're going to be on the Wild Unknown adventure because we're going to use the Wild Unknown archetype, the animal spirit, and the tarot from the Wild Unknown series. And we'll start off with the archetype here. Just get the general energies for the week that the creator wants you to know. All right, so for our Sagittarians, what would you like them to know about this week, please? What energy? Okay, actually, I went to this one right here. And you have the nectar. So that is the central energy. We'll put it right here in the center-ish. And let's see what energy comes with this card here. So the nectar, of course, is the medicine, the elixir, the garden. In Hindu mythology, there is a miraculous substance known as amrit, or nectar, that contains infinite healing power. So this golden nectar, or sacred elixir, is the drink of immortality, and like its sister substance, Soma, I think I said that right, it's S-O-M-A, is known to activate subtle, intelligent forces that ease the mind, the body, and the spirit. Though esoteric, these images lead us to the central energy of this archetype, which is the sweet, potent, heavenly essence that lubricates our spirit back to life. The nectar card calls us to identify and relish in places, practices, people, and activities that regenerate and heal. Medicine is needed, and it comes in subtle form that you may be overlooking. So seek the most sensuous, fragrant flower in the garden you have forgotten. Don't underestimate this remedy. It's said when someone has activated this substance within, it is reflected in their shimmering eyes. So I really like that. So this is really about doing those things that activate this soothingness within you this week. Of course, that is going to be different for everyone else because this is a general reading, but whether it's a warm, hot bath of, bathtub suds or oils, getting a massage, going for a walk, playing a video game, you know what it is, even doing art, for everyone, there's something that brings you to this peaceful place, this where you're not stressing and allows your body to regenerate. We're also going to pull a card here from the animal spirit and just see what animal spirit energy is going to be along with you during this week. And see what other information that they want to give regarding what's the need of this medicine, right? But let's see first not all those. Slippery little suckers. Let's see what else we have here. So what else for Sagittarius? Okay, actually they do want to have two there, so we will give you two. And you've got the bee. Okay, that makes sense. So they were telling us you've been very, very busy, and then you have the deer as well. So we'll take a look and see what energy that these bring in here for you. But I very much feel like that you got the busy bee going on here. So you might have been overworking and investing so much into your life And we came across the deer first, so we'll do that one. And this is loving, intuitive, graceful. It's the mother, which makes sense. So this is the energy of like Mother Nature, Mother Nurturer. So it is time for this self-nurturing, because the deer does represent the feminine aspects of earth energy. And the energy is available to all creatures, regardless of gender, but is especially potent in new parents. During the first few days, they are fully present, nurturing, and calm. Their inner beauty radiates a sense of grace that calms the room, exactly as we were talking about, right? So a deer personality affects others in this way, drawing them towards a quiet tenderness. So the deer card may appear when a birth or a celebration of new life draws near, or when a situation calls for absolute gentleness and compassion. So it definitely makes sense if some of you are just had a newborn baby, you definitely need some rest and relaxation. Or if you're pregnant, you definitely, I know I've had so many friends that, when they were going through the pregnancy stages, it's like working a full-time job just in developing that little baby inside of you. So definitely understand that here. And then the busy bee, that makes sense too. But let's see what other energy they mention in here. There we go. Yep, earnest, hardworking. So the bee personality is a delight to be around, especially when there's a team project on the horizon, because bees love to work steadily and thoughtfully until the final task is complete. They're sensitive creatures, aware of many subtleties at once. Since they're artists at heart, they usually add creative details to overall vision. For the most part, they've been bustling, joyous personalities. Until they're too tired from all the work, then they gripe and then they sting. So this is definitely this, urge to rest. So both of these are about nurturing and taking time to rest so that you don't sting like a bee, right? And they did show me this picture. It's only a few weeks ago I saw it too. They had this picture of a bee that fell asleep in a rose, because when it gets too hot outside, they'll like take a nap within a flower. And that's kind of what I see with this, is making sure to take that time to rest. And then we'll look at the Wild Unknown Tarot and see what else the Creator and Spirit want you to know about this resting this week. So what else for our Sagittarians, please? Okay, got that one and that one. What else? Okay, and that one right there. And then where these are from Spirit and from the Creator, we're also going to pull from the Black Tarot, which this represents your shadow. Messages from your shadow. So your shadow is a part of you. It's like a tour guide that's taking you through this human life. And think of it like a tour guide that's taking you on a little tour through Universal Studios or Disney World. They understand what's going on beneath the surface and behind the scenes. And so this is what your shadow wants you to know about, this restfulness, what's bringing this about, what just information your shadow wants you to know about what's going on in all of this here. Okay, do you want those two? What else? Okay, they do want that one. And one more, maybe. We like symmetry, right? Okay, there we go. So we'll start with this one over here, and you do have the moon. Yeah, so moon is, known as Mother Luna, right? She's the nurturer. She's, also reveals to you the hidden things. But for this reading, I really feel this is just a reinforcement that this beautiful moon energy, getting in tune with yourself, getting in tune with your inner emotions, is a very important piece during this time here. And I really feel like, I'm sorry, I was just looking at the numbers here, because this is XVIII, this is LVIII, which I was like, wow, it really was jumping out, even though that's 50. 8. This is, 18. But still, there's that symmetry here about getting into the root, getting into your emotions, taking time away to relax, to process emotion. It's an important piece. Let's see what else they have to say here, too. Yeah, because you've got the 7 of Swords. And the 7 of swords are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes, your expectations. And so this really is usually called, has a fox on here. It's about the deceiver or the thief. But because this is the swords and this is your thoughts and beliefs, this time allows you to reflect, to find out which of your own thoughts and beliefs are deceiving you, which are untrue, that are taking you and creating this emotion that you have that you don't need to, because it's not true. And so there are some thoughts and beliefs that they're wanting you to take a look at, and we'll see if any of this reveals any of that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, because you have the 3 of Swords. This is the expectations card, is what I call it, and it's basically the heartache and the heartbreak we feel when our expectations don't unfold as planned. All those supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts that we've been told have to happen in order for us to be happy and to feel whole and complete and to feel lovable. But then those 3 swords are 3 areas outside of us that are unstable. You look at relationships is one of the swords. One of the other swords is situations or circumstances like jobs, education, social status, just situations that we can get into. And the 3rd sword is physical things like our bodies, our possessions, and our bank accounts. But all of those things are disappointing. They do let us down because with the relationships, people change or they pass away. Situations never stay the same. And of course, things break down, deteriorate, or are stolen. So those things are unstable and they eventually do disappoint us, but they do all point us back inward as well. So this nectar, this healing nectar, is this taking time away and really understanding where those expectations came from, and do they really need to be true for you? Are they really true? When we're taught that someone's faithfulness or lack thereof in a relationship means that we're not worthy, we weren't worthy enough for them to be faithful to, blah, 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 blah. We're like, no, that's not true. People show us how they feel about themselves by their actions, as well as we see ourselves when we're looking into other people. They're like the mirror, and so they're reflecting back to us how we feel about ourselves too. So there's this awareness that comes in this mirror and this reflection that comes in that. But let's take a look and see what your shadow wants you to know around this as well. And you have the Page of Spheres, which would be the Page of Pentacles in the Standard Tarot. And Pentacles is about your outside world. It's the only one out of the 4 regular suits of the minor arcana that's about the outside, because swords are about your mind and cups are about your emotions and wands are about your inner energy and your passion and inspiration, that type of thing. But the spheres are all about the outside world. All this play that's going on stage around us, all the characters, all, pretty much all the things that involve these expectations, right? But the pages are about messages, because they're the messengers, the hear ye of the olden days, the knights and all that. They would go around. So it is about new messages coming in from the outside world, new communications, but it's also about opportunities and about these newness, this new changes of things coming about. And so this little timeout that's been coming up, this exhaustion that's coming up and kind of pointing you inward, these disappointments, these inconsistencies that you feel in your thoughts and your beliefs, and even the moodiness of the moon phases, right? All of this is pointing us inward because your shadow wants to bring this it's like the plot twist, this new change to come into your life to bring you to the next level, next step. Let's see what that talks about as we go through here. Yeah, so you got the Lovers here. So definitely, this does have to do with relationships of any kind, whether it's romantic, family, friends, work, peers or whatever. There is this relationship energy that's coming in with all of this about the change that can happen in your relationships. This stuff is coming up so you can take relationships to a new level, and also let go of relationships that are toxic, that no longer serve you, to allow you to go to another level too. Lovers card also is about emotional choices, that you have a choice between two, emotions in your life. And it gets very simple. Our mind complicates things, and it has all these swords of all these, conditional love laws of things that have to happen in order for you to be lovable. But each moment simply comes down to two choices: a choice of the fear of losing conditional love, which is all this stuff, or a choice of unconditional love, of that love that has no conditions, that is what we're made of, really. It's from where we come from back home. It's all a place of unconditional love. Nothing you can do to earn it, nothing you can do to lose it. And so we come down here to experience this conditional love and this pain and all this attachment to fear in order to more clearly understand who we are by experiencing what we're not. It's one of the examples that Spirit gave me that helped me understand all that, because I was like, we'll say that again. They said, like, you are breathing air right now, and if we never experienced non-air, we wouldn't even realize what air is. But when you're 6 feet underwater looking up at air, you're like, this is non-air down here, because there's not air I can breathe without some sort of apparatus, and up there is air. So I more fully understand what air is by experiencing the opposite. And then I have a new appreciation for both the non-air and the air, and I swim back towards the air, because that's what I long for, right? And so that's the choices that are coming up here for you. And then you have the Four of Cups. So Cups is your emotions, and the Four of Cups basically represents emotional stability, and that definitely is kind of coming through here throughout this reading, because the Three Cups, usually there's like a picture of someone leaning up against a tree board looking at the Three Cups, which would be like these three swords, right? Relationships, situations, and things, and they're empty. They're not satisfying to the individual. But then there's this big hunkin' Ace of Cups that's being brought in by a hand from the side of the picture. And within that cup, that's the Holy Grail, that's the chalice, that's the Ace of Cups. What's within that is the unconditional love of the Creator of all things. It's that love that we have from back home, and that is what fulfills us. That's what brings in this emotional stability. So we can see that message is kind of just, sprinkled all over here about this angst that you're feeling, this disappointment, and this is almost like the deceiving, contradictory beliefs that we're getting from all over the place, because they're like opinions. Everyone has a different one, right? But and like the cups that we talked about here, that empty feeling you have on when you do get into a relationship, or do get that job, or do get that education, or do get that amount of money, or that thing, or that body you want, it doesn't fulfill you for very long, if at all, right? But it's that Ace of Cups, it's the love from above that we're really searching for. And then your final card here is the Page of Wands. So yeah, this is new energy, like the pages here. The wands are your drive, your ambition, your inspiration, your emotional, not your emotional energy, but your just your energy overall, your spiritual energy too. And so the Page of Wands is bringing in this new energy for you. That's what your shadow wants to bring in, is this new change, this new energy, this new love energy, and that will transform your life and bring you in these new opportunities to grow both in relationships and in situations and in things, because when you're focused on the unconditional love, you're focusing in on gratitude, you're seeing just how lovely and beautiful life is, because there's no conditions, there's no expectations. So everything you receive is above and beyond, because you realize you have everything you need inside you. Whereas expectations are so high, it's like you have to do all this stuff just to get back to meet's level. It's not even extra. And most of the time our expectations are so high. So if you have like, this is no expectations, you have all these expectations, you very rarely hit 100% of all those expectations. So we usually live in a feeling of lack and a place of lack. So this beautiful week of recognizing all the work that you're doing and all the struggle that you've been going through, right? But definitely this nudge from your higher self, from your shadow self, to take time out, take time for yourself, nurture yourself, and really allow yourself to see and feel this beautiful new opportunity for this new love energy to come in. So I love this for you, Sages. Now, if you are looking for more messages of love from above, in addition to these weekly energy updates, I also put out, like I mentioned, monthly readings for each zodiac sign. May's has already been out for a little bit, so if you haven't looked at those yet, you can check those out. But June's are coming out this week, as I had mentioned. And I also put out a few other types of videos throughout the month. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those videos and be notified immediately when they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up and click this like button, also click the subscribe button, that gives you access to this notification bell. And when you go in there, if you select the all option, then you'll be notified of any new videos that come out on this channel. And also doing those things helps spread the love, and it just allows other people who are needing to hear these messages receive them as well. And it also, of course, helps my channel grow in a significant way, because when you like a video or you share a video, you comment on a video, and especially if you subscribe to a channel, doing those things just makes the YouTube algorithm so giddy it wants to share the videos of this channel with other people. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things, I am definitely grateful for that. Also, these are general readings. If you're looking for even more specific information for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and all that information is listed in the description box below. All right, beautiful Sagittarians, as you go through this amazing, restful, peaceful week, please know that every second of every day you are indeed unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing week. I'm sure I'll be talking to you very soon, though. And in the meantime, you hang in there and you take care.